Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyra Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. I got a question from someone who I work with and decided I wanted to answer it here because I think it's an excellent question. It's about how do the offerings work in Ifa. So if someone gets divination, sometimes they're told that they need to make an offering to one of the Orisha who have spoken in their reading. And you make this offering in order to create an energetic change, typically for the better, in your situation. So if there's something that you're desiring, you do this you do this offering, and it literally will help shift the energy. And I will be, completely transparent. I'm new at this Ifa priestess thing. I've been in Know Thyself, understanding who I am as a priestess. I do divination anyway, but I'm not super adept at how it works when we're doing this divination. I have the materials. I'm going to be working with a priest, a Babalao, who will be teaching me more. I've worked with another one, but I just don't know a whole lot. I'm just being completely transparent. But what I do know is people who have divined via Ifa, decades, these people have divined, they'll say, let me tell you something, those sacrifices don't mean anything if you're really not making a change on the inside. The best ebo you can make is, baby, do your spiritual work, say your prayers, and if you really commit to making the change, the Orisha are going to work with you. That I know from my own experience in working with the Orisha. The spiritual energies, deities, however you want to describe it, for people who don't know what Orisha are, Orisha. You can Google, it's so much information on the Orisha. So, because there's so many people who do the Ebo, they make the offering to the Orisha, and they're only doing it because they're in trouble. They're not making any change to the real problem within them that's causing the problem without. And so Ebo really should be expanding our consciousness. Ebo, and making these offerings, they should be what we do, showing our commitment to making the changes internally and externally that we need to make anyway. And we're making an agreement, my opinion. I'm not saying this is in any Ifa book, nothing, because good morning, how are you, Queen? There are lots of people who get on YouTube and they like to correct those of us in the West when it comes to Ifa. Even some people in the West like to correct us. So if somebody like that is watching my video, all right, this is pure channel. And I just want to say for the record, Ifa belongs to the world. It was birthed through a particular culture, but it belongs to the world. And so this is my experience with Ifa. That what matters the most is that when you make that ebo, when you make that offering to an Orisha, that is you telling that Orisha that you are going to make a change, and you are opening yourself to the wisdom that the Orisha have called forth in your life. Because guess what? It's your work to do. Okay? Now, the person who asked me this question, I'm not mad at you. I'm just talking. And you know that. I love you. I'll say letter Y. You know who you are because you asked me this question. So I'm not directing this to you. I'm just flowing and streaming because I think it's such an important question. So I thank you for asking me this. Why? So we need to make changes in our lives. We don't. Our lives go to hell in a handbasket, and then we go to the Orisha. Okay, for those of you not in Ifa, we call out to God. We call out to the goddess. We call out to our guides. And so then we say, I'm going to make an offering. I'm going to do something to help shift this energy. I'm going to work a spell. But what that really needs to be is a commitment to do the work that we know we need to be doing anyway. A lot of us are spiritually lazy. Okay, a lot of us are spiritually lazy. So much could be avoided if we were just going ahead and let me move that sunlight coming through. It's gorgeous, but messing with my mind. Grand Risings. Good morning. I was looking for you, Ifa New Being. But a lot of us, yes, Lillian, that's exactly right. Changes start within. So we're just simply making the commitment through our offering to do what the Orisha are calling us to do. Because if we end up going back to the very thing that got us in that place that we're in, that bad spot, then that's really sort of like disrespecting the Orisha. That's to a certain degree wasting their time. And the Orisha are wise. And so their time will not be wasted too many times with you. Eventually, as it happens, I don't care if you work with the Orisha or not, life will catch up to you. Life will whoop your butt and make you straighten up. Life is constantly, I call the higher self the Ori. Our Ori is constantly saying, baby, I need you to make this change, okay? And then the Ori will say, you know what? He or she is not listening, so I'm about to take this up to the next level, okay? And the next level, and the next level, and the next level, until the change is made. So feel free to make an offering. But as I see it, and this is based on what my elders have taught me, there's no abo for stupid. And I hate it when they say that. It just sounds so mean. But the longer I live, the more I realize, you know what? When I'm stuck on stupid, I don't care what wisdom comes my way. More than likely, it won't even look like wisdom. It'll look like something else. It might sound good, but I don't do it. And then when I wake up, I'm like, why was I stuck on stupid? There's no ebo for stupid, okay? We can wiggle our way out of certain situations, but at some point, we have to make the conscious decision to commit to the change that must be made in order for us to move our lives in a better direction. Ebo, in my opinion, is not about just getting out of a bad situation. It is about effecting change within. It may be to correct a wrong thought. It may be to transform, some bad experience that left a wound so that now we've been transformed to that, whatever that thing is, it has been the greatest teacher. For me, that's what Ebo is about. Maybe I'm stuck on stupid. Maybe there's something I need to do, and I just don't have the courage to do it. I'm making a bow to help build that up within me to make the change that I need to make, to have the courage to do what I need to do. And somebody said it right. We don't need bandages. Sometimes we might need a bandage because we're in such a bad situation. We just need to get out of it. But at some point, as Lillian said, the change begins within, because what's on the outside is reflecting what is going on the inside. So that's my take on making offerings in Ifa. We want the offering to be a reflection of our commitment to make the change. And with that, I say follow your heart. You can look at any book in Ifa and it'll say, for Shango, this is what you give. For Oya, this is what you give, For me, I will give offerings like that to the Orisha, but typically the offerings that I give up to the Orisha is I change my behavior. I do my spiritual work even more. Even when I feel like, gosh, gosh, I don't want to. Thank you. Even when I feel like I don't want to do this spiritual work right now, I would prefer to do whatever that might be. You know, those are the offerings I make to the energies that I work with. If I want a change in my life, then, I can give an offering of any kind. It could be energetic. Here's another good offering. I will go and volunteer my time. Go volunteer your time to help somebody, expecting nothing in return. That's Ebo. Donate some money to something like Heifer International. My godparents don't believe in blood sacrifice. It's not necessary anymore. Enough blood has been shed by the animals and by, the human blood has been shed. And the other thing that I've heard several elders say is, over here in the West, all these animals being sacrificed, and then they're just thrown away, wasted food. We have folks around the world that, could benefit from eating that food that we're sacrificing and just throwing away. Instead, donate a heifer, or a goat or something to somebody in a culture where they can use that to make money. There are many, many ways to make our sacrifices that will benefit somebody and create an energetic shift in ourselves, because at the end of the day, it is about what are you going to do differently. And if you are not an Ifa, it does not matter. My father-in-law is a Christian pastor, and I remember he used to say, you know what, folks always talking about fasting, all these Christians fasting. They may fast for 40 days and then they just go back to whatever they fasted from. Why fast from it and then go right back to it, only to get the same results from whatever this thing is, like, candy or whatever, drinking, smoking, all that. Why go back to it? So we all can benefit from understanding that if we are asking some spiritual energy to assist us, the ultimate sacrifice is our commitment to give up, move, do, be something different. The other piece is, it's not God's job to do your work. All right? If you are asking for that new thing in your life, what actions are you willing to take to make that thing happen? I believe in stuff magically appearing. I think we all need that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, boom, I see you. We all need magic to happen for us. We all need things to come to us easily. But at the end of the day, this is your life. You are responsible for making things happen. And so that's why that colloquial saying, God is my co-pilot, is real. God is my co-pilot is real. All right? Because I might be pushing buttons, that's trying to take us east, and God is going west, and, it's really on us. All right? God can only do so much. So, woo, you can make all the offerings and ebo you want for all my witches out there. You can draft up all the spells you want. But at the end of the day, the change must be internal, and the work must be done by you. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope to make another video for you all on this new moon in Libra. Let us set our intentions. If nothing else, at this new moon, this is about relationships. It's about creating more balance. It's such a good time to be talking about offerings and ebo and changes that need to be made, because it's important for us to look at, where is our life out of balance, so that the more balance that we have, another way of saying it is the more equilibrium we create in our lives, the more we're going to have, the better things will flow. So hopefully we all will have a wonderful new moon. Thank you all so much for joining in. I appreciate all of you all's comments, and I will talk to you all soon. All right. Peace.